Hello, Matt.
Gentlemen, thank you so
Hey, man.
much for joining us and hanging out and talking today about Teacup.
Thank you for having us.
Well, I got a chance to watch all 8 episodes early, and yeah, I love this series, and I think it's audiences are really going to dig it. What was it about these characters that excited you the most to be able to bring these characters to life in this series? And I guess Chaske will start with you, and then we'll go to Rob.
For me, it was Ian's pitch. It was what he told me what the character would go through in the story, um, about what all the characters are going to go through. And I liked how he explained the big issue out front, but there's a lot subtext going on, and so that's what drew me in. And just the character of Ruben, when he pitched the character, I thought it would be quite challenging, and that's why I was like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, Ian definitely was a hook. And then also the journey, the world, the phenomenal writing, the responsibility my character had to the world and the journey. I felt it would be something exciting to really embody and play and give a voice to.
And now, for people that haven't seen the show yet,
I haven't seen it. I only seen
can
the
you
first 2 episodes.
well, can you give us a little preview of what to expect from who your characters are, and just from what the show's about generally, without spoiling anything?
Oh, geez, I
Well,
don't.
There's a lot going on, and
yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
lot
yeah.
going on. I would say definitely be prepared for some plot twist.
Yeah.
I would say definitely be prepared to get emotionally invested in the characters and the situation. And then I would say write letters so we can get a season 2.
Exactly.
there you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, are you guys fans of this genre, this horror thriller genre? And I know that it does mix a lot of genres. There's drama stuff in there as well, but I mean, there's a good amount of horror thriller happening here. Do either of you, are you guys fans of the genre?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm like I grew up, in the 70s and 80s. So my horror is like I like The Omen with Gregory Peck,
Sure.
George C. Scott, The Changeling, and Halloween, those stuff like that. For me, watching horror films, I love to watch them with an audience and have that vibe going on. And yeah, I like the adrenaline of it.
Yeah, I prior to this job, maybe a year and a half before that, I was in a movie called Smile, which was a horror film genre. And the preparation I did for that, I was able to parlay that over to this one. I was like, oh wow, I could use some of that for this. But one of the things I learned on Smile that I had to transfer over here is how to scream from my diaphragm so you won't lose your voice. That was one of the main things I had to keep in mind, because I lost my voice on the other project. But this one I was able to hold on to it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm like I grew up, in the 70s and 80s. So my horror is like I like The Omen with Gregory Peck,
Sure.
George C. Scott, The Changeling, and Halloween, those stuff like that. For me, watching horror films, I love to watch them with an audience and have that vibe going on. And yeah, I like the adrenaline of it.
Yeah, I prior to this job, maybe a year and a half before that, I was in a movie called Smile, which was a horror film genre. And the preparation I did for that, I was able to parlay that over to this one. I was like, oh wow, I could use some of that for this. But one of the things I learned on Smile that I had to transfer over here is how to scream from my diaphragm so you won't lose your voice. That was one of the main things I had to keep in mind, because I lost my voice on the other project. But this one I was able to hold on to it.
That's, that's good to hear. You've mastered your scream a little bit more.
You
With
know,
your, I love
yeah,
it.
I had to take a note from Kate Siegel, the Scream Queen.
That's right. That's right. I love it. I love it. I love hearing that. Now, as you can see, every day is Halloween for us here, but this show is actually going to be rolling out during Halloween, throughout
Yeah.
October, which is the most wonderful time of year, if you ask us. But how about you guys? Do you guys enjoy Halloween? Do you celebrate at your houses? Do you look forward to it like we do, or not so much?
I love the creative rollout Peacock is doing in the studio with our producers, with giving 2 episodes per week all the way up until Halloween. I think that's something fun.
Yeah.
And keep the the corn, the candy corn all the way up until Halloween. Just keep people following it, and then on Halloween it's like boo, and then we might see a lot more Reuben costumes running around.
Gas masks, yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Doing a very creative, fun marketing way of rolling out the show that will land.
And also, what's cool is that it's going to build, and people who haven't seen it's going to spread by word after Halloween. So it's just going to double and double.
Yeah, the show actually might help our IMDb ratings.
There you go. Well, and like you mentioned, I mean, you might see some costumes out there. You might see some Reuben costumes. Might see some gas mask costumes.
Yeah,
I mean, I could see it happening. I mean, it's going to be in everybody's consciousness throughout these weeks leading up to the big day.
That's the beauty of the art that we are fortunate enough to participate in, when you can see how it resonates throughout the public, and how people are actually attached to these characters in their everyday lives. So I think that's the beauty of what we get to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think audiences are definitely going to dig this. Lots of twists and turns, and you guys both did great in it. Before we go for our last minute, again, on the Halloween holiday, we always try to ask everybody, if we can, what is your favorite Halloween costume that you've ever worn, and your favorite Halloween candy or treat, if you got to pick one?
I dressed as Darth Vader once. I really liked it. Favorite candy?
go.
I have to go with those little mini Snickers bars. Those little Snickers things. I like those.
Man, I didn't grow up with much, so for us, it was like a pillowcase, and you just cut it and put it over you and get the biggest bag of candy you can and run around the neighborhood and hope you get some candy, So when I was in it doing Halloween, or when Halloween was something that I would participate in, the best costume I had was probably a pillowcase with some holes in it.
There you go. And the candy was whatever was whatever you got, right? I guess that was
happy to get the candy.
That was your favorite. Yeah. I hear you.
Because back in my day, man, that was like when it was scary. People started putting shit in the candy, putting needles and blades. I was like, where did this come from? So Halloween kind of fizzled out for me real quick.
Then you have to watch that get jacked from other kids, right? Get your candy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But now it's fun for us. Now we make Halloween fun for everybody with Teacup.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. And it's going to bring a lot of joy to a lot of people this Halloween. I know a lot of people are watching it on Halloween.
Eye candy, TV.
I know some of your co-stars are going to be watching it on Halloween. We just talked to them. Well, guys, I know you're both super busy today. Again, I love the show. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. And of course, I got to wish you both a very happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween
Thank
to
you, man.
Too, man. Thank you.